play the flush draw a little slowly.
10,000.
This is interesting. Liam has a straight draw here. Ace or 6 would make him a hand.
Apart from the clubs.
And looking at the percentages, you see the king is actually the key card. It's leading right now.
Trying to work out perhaps what Barry Hearn called with in the first place. What did he call with? Perhaps he could have had a jack.
Call.
But perhaps he didn't have a jack, and perhaps he didn't have any of the rest of the flop and turn. He's checking before the river card comes down.
Check.
It's a 2 of clubs.
Oh, it's made Barry Hearn's
It's made
flush.
Barry Hearn's flush, and Liam a pair. He said
10,000.
careful. Before Barry Hearn put the money, he said careful. Careful, Barry. Don't get too carried away.
It's interesting. Barry, of course, well aware that the last time he bluffed on the river, Liam Flood caught him. He's not bluffing now, and Liam would love to make a call with a pair of 2s and have it be good. That would be the ultimate insult.
I called and I won to be sent the cards as marked, so I'm passing.
Pass.
You've done yourself a favour, son.
Huh?
Doing yourself a favour.
You've done yourself a favour.
Yeah.
You're too shrewd for me, Liam Flood. I can't even sack you with a measly $10,000 bet.
How do you get paid from this man?
Saying in Ireland, don't feed the bears.
You have a lot of sayings in Ireland.
I never heard of that one.
Well, Baz Ahern, who had been down to just under 50,000, has put himself up into second position with 100 even. That's where he started, and
Pass.
I'm sure that'll feel like a mint to Barry.
Pass.
Well, it was a pretty brave call in the first place, really. With 8-10, it could have all
Pass.
come wrong, and
Careful throwing
there's
in
been
cards
players
because they were nearly exposed.
throwing better than that away. Now, does he strike back?
Call.
He just calls.
10,000.
An ace
Raise 10,000
raises.
more 16 total.
You weren't supposed to do that.
It's going slightly wrong for Liam Flood. All of a sudden, it has turned fractionally. He hasn't got his aces, kings, ace 10 anymore. It's a bit more exposed, perhaps.
He's hard-headed. It's not going to change the plan. The game plan's been the same for 35 years. But it's going to take more than bad cards to slow him down. He'll keep raising till ashes turn to dust. But nice play by Parks there to try and seize on a small advantage.
Well, thinking of how the other players must feel, they must be encouraged to some degree by, I think, the last 3 times Liam Flood folding.
It's almost like you feel like something is about to happen, and it may be Pamela sticking her chips in.
How much? The big blind is still 6.
14.
She puts
Raise to
in
14,000 total.
She does it to me every time.
just a little less than 3 times. And
Uh-oh.
here comes the big move.
You raise all in.
Her timing has been so off, Pamela. Every time she's picked up something reasonable, something big has been picked up behind her, and Liam Flood is looking at Mackay's chips with interest. I mean, as
89,000
tight as
total.
Mackay has been playing,
It's nearly my age.
you'd have to have a huge hand to play.
You're still lying about your age, Liam.
Yeah. Pass.
Pass.
Can
Pass.
Pamela get away from this ace 10 this time? She turned down ace jack before. She's
I
very
have to
low.
call.
She's very low. And
I need more practice playing live poker. This is pitiful.
She has called.
Not necessarily.
She talked herself into it. Steve, do you think it was a situation where she had just been re-raised one too many times?
Ace 10, is it?
yes, I think it's
King's Queen suited.
as she said herself, she's frustrated with how she's played here.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
And it's not necessarily of her making, to be quite honest, but she's very uneasy calling, and she knew she was struggling with the words pitiful. That's how she views today's
Yeah, I
proceedings.
need practice on live poker, my God.
Pamela all in, but all is not lost. A 10 would get her out of the muck and mustard. And that's no good. Diamonds would be a girl's best friend here.
It's exciting though, isn't it?
Pukey.
I think that probably sums it up better than the word exciting from Pamela's perspective. Well, possibly a king now would help her.
Yeah, any 10. Oh, a 10 is no good. A 10 is no good now. It would give Mackay the straight. This is not a good situation.
Hard luck, huh?
And the deuce makes it worse.
Okay,
Ace
I look
king
forward to
high.
playing you gentlemen in the future.
Please God.
Okay, sure.
She did not have the best hand and finally called. He'd gotten too low. Ace 10 versus ace king. The 10 became a key card until the turn. Then the king was hoped for, but ace king high beating ace queen jack by the narrowest of margins. But Connecticut calls.
Pamela, it just seemed like nothing was working for you out there.
No, totally correct. Totally off, like I was missing an arm or something. Totally off.
Is it because you were saying before you haven't played much live? Did it feel awkward in there with the
I
playing?
had no idea what the transition from internet to live is in a tournament, and it's huge.
I like that sound. I'm on the button.
It's quite fascinating at the moment. You've got Liam and Barry chatting away. Tony to the left,
Pass.
just
Pass.
with his glasses on, looks like he's come out
Right.
straight out the Matrix. He's not really listening. He's just a sort of computer virus.
And Barry Hearn is going to make Tony take some
12
notice here.
possible, 18 total.
Triple, oh, darling.
Mr.
Re-raise.
Smith, big one, a re-raise on Hearn. And where does he go from
26,000.
now? Where does he go?
And, Barry may take his time to work this one out, but unless Mackay has completely changed personas.
Obviously Mackay in front as we speak. And what he doesn't know, although it's only speculation for what may happen should Hearn call, what Mackay doesn't know is that the other two queens have already gone. So there's no way for him to possibly improve.
Pass.
But that doesn't matter now.
So Liam Flood still betting, still raising, and still in front. So Mackay knocking on the door. Mr. Tightnut.
Timing is everything.
I check those currencies for marks.
Barry Hearn has not said a word nor moved a muscle. I think quite a while. He's leaving it to the rest to stack and shuffle their chips. What is he thinking?
Well, recently he's been involved in a TV event where there was room for manoeuvre in getting from the semi-final stage to the final, where you could afford to come second and third. He's back now to a freeze-out. Only one player coming through. Every table's got its own characteristics.
Yeah, you have
30.
to win. And in order
Ace
to win,
20.
you're gonna have to,
All in.
oh! It was a quick all-in from Chris Park, and he has got Liam dominated. Barry Hearn's still in the middle of this, but there'll be an interesting question to see if Liam Flood calls with this hand.
It was so quick, the all-in, wasn't it?
All in for 97.
Fold.
So quick.
The re-raise is 67,000, and Liam Flood, the good news is that he has a chance to take someone out. The bad news is, should he call and lose,
67.
it's going to be a big dent in his Dorchester.
67.